I am really over delighted that in France we have so many visitors as well as French Sahajogis for this puja. That shows the collectivity which attracts all of you from all over the places, and that you try to enjoy that collectivity. But the basis of collectivity, the foundation of collectivity is very deep. And the deep understanding can only tell you that the basis of collectivity is detached love. Love is the only way. But the pure love, as we understand in Sahaja Yoga, is to be now expressed by Sahaja Yogis among themselves. After all, we are all human beings made by one God. And that we are all Sahaja Yogis created by one mother. So there should be no misunderstanding between us of any kind. But we must know what sometimes makes us little different. If we can understand the problems that we face, then it would be much easier for us to see why our love becomes so attached and not so detached. Starts becoming smaller and smaller, then a person just starts loving oneself only. One of the main reasons that we have this problem is because of our conditionings. We are conditioned the way that we don't know how to love. So this kind of conditioning comes to us from outside. That we should not forgive anyone, we should take the revenge. And if you do not take the revenge, then you are not worthy your name. So the wisdom of Sahaja Yoga is in understanding the limitations up to which you can go to express your anger, to express your revenge, so-called, on anyone whatsoever. But the best thing would be to leave it to the divine power, because everything is done by divine power. We all exist inside the divine power. We cannot think of anything else of that kind. I cannot give you an analogy how divine power works. For example, if there were no rays of the sun coming out of the sun, staying inside the sun, and all things working out, then we would have said it's something like divine power. Nothing is outside that. Everything is inside. And this divine power is the power of compassion and love, which does everything. But when we take up the responsibility and when we decide we have to do something and that we are something and try to go against that divine power, we become stupid people, as we have seen. So to leave it in the hands of divine power and to be just an instrument of that divine power is the way Sahaja has to be. Because the compassion, the love of divine power is so great that it is wisdom, complete wisdom. A person who has no compassion cannot be wise. He could be worldly wise, but he could not be really wise. So, those who believe that they have to be very accurate must know that your accuracy will be challenged by the divine power. There has to be a lot of relaxed and a mobile temperament a person should have. No formality between you and God Almighty. There cannot be. But there has to be understanding as to what we are doing. I find suddenly human beings either become extremely relaxed, extremely lazy, extremely confused. Another style is where too much of formalities. That supposing now mother is coming and we have to give her something and something is missing. All right, doesn't matter. You should not be in tension. If you are in tension, you cannot absorb my vibrations. Or if you are lethargic, also you cannot absorb my vibrations. So you have to be in the center. Center in a receptive mood like a child is. So are we expressing our love or our tension? What is that we are doing? Are we trying to be tense because we are over alert, or we are trying to neglect everything because we want to escape? Between the two lies Sahaja Yoga. You are very anxious, very much waiting. You want to do something with your heart. And then when there is fulfillment, you can enjoy. But you are tense. I come in, and what I find, you all have headaches. So first I have to tell you, remove your headaches first. Then I'll talk to you. So it has to be a very relaxed rapport between us. But relaxed never means lethargy. It doesn't mean if you are lethargic, you will be sleeping off and nothing will go onto your ears. So, what we see that our conditioning, one conditioning we have, that either we want people to be over alert or we want that they should not be at all alert. So, the underlying problem of all these things is this, that we want extremes. In our conditionings, we go to extremes. We go to extremes of this or extremes of that. If you are absolutely lethargic, lenient, disabled, we can say absolutely confused, you are not in the center. And on the contrary, if you are very strict, like a Rock of Gibraltar, and absolutely like a big Hitler-like behavior. It should be in time. Everybody must have proper steps, must walk properly. That's not being Sahaj. That's not being Sahaj. Now look at these flowers. See one by one how beautiful they are. Everyone is different. Even one leaf of one flower will not match with another. One petal won't match with another. All different, but so relaxed, creating beauty, giving us so much of joy. All different, placed in different manner, moving in different manner. Everyone has a different angle. But there is union, there is oneness in them, that they all want to give us joy. But with tension you cannot give joy. I mean, if there's somebody tense, I think I better run away from that person. God knows, if he's tense, if the tension increases, he might beat you, or might throw you out, or might himself be hurt. So the tension part of it is very common in the West. And that conditioning has come because of certain lifestyles that we have had. Whatever happens is by the divine power. So there is no need to be tense. Then you will say, all right, then let us sit down and have a nice time. Everything will be done by the divine power. No. Divine power is going to work through your institutions, through your medium. So you have to be alert. I hope you understand what I am trying to say. That a person who is relaxed need not be a person who is lethargic, but alert. Alert you can be as well as you can be relaxed, because you are Sahajogis. You are not like other people. Other people, you take the name of the airport, and I don't know what goes wrong in their brain, suddenly they go off, they're off their heads. They go mad. Like today, we were going to the airport. Thank God everything, nobody was on the road. They must be having these hangovers, I said, last nights. And today, the streets were all right. I said, let's go easily. After all, there's no problem. At home, everybody was thinking I'll be late. I said, I'm not going to be late. Reached there was a big queue. And nobody could get into the plane because there was such a big queue. Nobody could even book the seat. So, what was the need to be tense? And supposing you are tense, take a position. And then you do not get the plane. So what? At the most only there's one mishappening which is going to take place, is our death. That is inevitable. Because we are born, so this body has to die. That's all. The rest of it is just a joke. So, even if you are tense or not tense, makes no difference. I think sometimes people stand at the same point and start running, thinking they are going to the airport. No movement, tense. So first of all, we have to know that if we can reduce our tensions, heart will open. Heart has to open. After all, we are now in the ocean of joy and bliss. Why should we have any tension? But when we are in the ocean of joy and bliss, we are not drowning, we are swimming. So we have to swim. And this part, I think, is not understood by many people. Now we have conditionings of countries of different styles. Every country has different styles of conditionings. So, because of these tensed, oblique visions that we have, either this way or this way, we never see the reality, and what we accept is absolutely whatever is unreal and worry about it. It's like a bubble. We are worried about a bubble, as if it's an atomic bomb or a hydrogen bomb. So unimportant things we worry too much. As a result of that, when we worry, anybody who comes near us, we jump on that person. What are you worried about? What's the problem? I tell you, the only worry I have, if I have any, is this, that my children should love each other. They are all friends to each other. And the greatest friend you have is the divine power, which is looking after you and doing everything for you. If you have that kind of a relaxed, beautiful alertness within you, you are going to enjoy life. You are going to enjoy Sahaja Yoga, and you are going to get many more people in Sahaja Yoga. So, for today, in this country of France, where we have got liberation, where we have fought for liberation, let us take to real liberation, the real liberation of the soul, of our spirit, to enjoy. Enjoy everything that is available with understanding. May God bless you all.